¿Que dé la presentación o nos vemos nosotros?
Ok, las dos yo creo.
Alright, hi, good evening. First of
Good evening.
all, I'm gonna present myself. My name is Juan Valencia. We are the group number 4 from 7th semester. My classmates are Sofía Pascual and Alejandro Osorio Orange. So for today, we're going to talk about the linking question activity in this way. The number of, well, actually the name of our product is going to be respecting myself and others. So in order to continue, this is a linking question that we have. In this case, it is how to design a pedagogical project in English that allows you to link your educational practice to the school as a center of social and cultural development in the region.
About the contextualization. The school is Institución Educativa Antonio Nariño, headquarters María Inmaculada, in the 4th grade. The city is Bugala Grande, Valle del Cauca, and this school is located in Antonio Nariño neighborhood. The description is that the school is a small institution with a total of 12 classrooms with a staff room. The school's infrastructure is old and currently is damaged. So the school has some repairings there, and due to this, the classrooms are old and doesn't have any technological resources. So the classes are given in a traditional way.
Also, we have to, for the development of the classes, to include the technological devices of the teacher as computer.
Okay, this is going to be the general objective during this linking question project. In this case, we are going to analyze how English language contributes in the integration of cross-curricular project in an educational institution in the region. In this case, it's going to be, as my partner just said, in the downtown of Bogotá.
Talking about specific objectives, we have the first one that is to identify the cross-curriculars in the PEI, Proyecto Educativo Institucional. This is a document that the institution has with all the information about it and of the educational institution of the teaching practice.
The second specific objective is to apply methodological strategies from the Nearbook platform and to allow the integration of the English language in a cross-cutting project mediated by the ICTs and the educational institution of the teaching practice.
So in this case, we are going to evaluate the contribution of the methodological strategies from Nearbook, that in this case will allow the integration of the English language in cross-cutting project mediated by the ICTs in the educational institution of the practice.
About the sociolinguistic analysis, we have to talk or focus about the bilingualism, the importance of the bilingualism in children. So we focus that this lies the easy and literacy that children acquire, that it comes of learning related the information that we are teaching to our children. Children. So it is important to relate their ideologies. In this case, we didn't have any ideology in our classroom. Why? Because all the children are from Bogotá Grande. So I don't have any student of other country or other city that allows found an ideology there. But it's important to focus on the bilingualism because this makes able the ability of all children of the literacy and the easy acquire of information. So it's important because they are facing daily the English classes and we are focusing on the trusting project. So it's important.
Also, in this part, as my classmate said, she mentioned the word dialect. That is the way that every classmate is going to talk. It differs from the rest of them. Also, we can leave out the part of the parents. It's important that they are going to be like, English and all of this in their homes, it's going to be really helpful for us to continue with the learning process of children according to the English language. Now, talking about background, we found some kind of relation in projects. The first one is integration of cross-curricular projects concepts in English language teaching. This was a project developed in Tanzania, in a university of that city. And the second one is integrated cross-curricular concepts and literacy strategies to support visual literacy. And the third one is using cross-curricular concepts to prompt students' responses. All of them, the first one have some similar parts of with our project, and is that they use mixed method approach, but in this part they are like focusing on teachers more than students. And we are looking for have an influence to the students, and the other ones are about other skills than English.
Alright, so in this case we're going to talk about a little bit about the methodology. In this case we're going to start with the approach. As my partner have mentioned before, in this case we improved the mixed method approach because we wanted to qualify them, but it was necessary to apply some qualitative and quantitative research in order to acquire all the information about the process and the behavior of these students during the development of the lesson plans. Okay?
Then we have the design. We choose the exploratory design. Exploratory sequential design, sorry. This design, first we have to start with the qualitative data that we have collected through different activities of observation in our students. Then we have to collect data with quantitative. So first we have a implementing activities of observation in order to know our students, and then we have an exam in our children in order to collect data about if they have learned the topics that we have teach to them, and that's all.
In order to improve the instrument of data collections, as Farah have mentioned, we collect all the information through observation about the human behavior that we have in the students, and also the questionnaire that in this case will be the exam that we present to them, and they use to solve all the situations that they were on the test. So according to the instrument that we had in this case, it is important to know, like, at the end of the day, this is our research, so we are expecting a kind of response in network from a human behavior. And it is very interesting how they react to the action that we are giving, mostly reaction, the guide to the activities that we are presenting to them. At the end of the day, they are following some rules, and we are expecting another from the human behavior of the individual.
And finally, we have the environment. And the independent is integration of a cross-cutting project, and the dependent is the English level. So we have to highlight that the dependent is the variable that could change with our project, and is the integration of a cross-cutting project in English.
Talking about population is, as my classmate said, contextualization, and there were 23 students, 10 boys and 13 girls, in the Institución Educativa Antonio Nariño, headquarters in María Inmaculada, and they ranged between the ages of 8 and 9 years.
Alright, I already mentioned before how we are going to evaluate and develop some activities with the students according to the ICT implementation. In this case, we improve the technology with Nearpod platform, that in this case is a tool that we as teachers can use to the process of our lesson plan. That in this case, we have many options where the students can, for example, match some images with the meaning, and each one of them will provide you an extra point according to the class that we are going to have.
That image is the activity that we used in the class.
reflective class. In this case, each one of the students have a balloon with mostly like value on inside of the balloon. So the students in this case most have to protect the balloon, and then they will find some phrases inside of the balloon that they will find it when they like blow up the gun. And that is going to show what is their right value for each one of them and how they must to behave with the society that we live in this case.
And the third class finally was focused on how do the children recognize the value with the correct meaning. And they have to say or answer questions. What value represents you? And finally, we have an exam, questionnaire in order to complete the quantitative part of this work.
And the results were about the questionnaires. We were really glad about this part because most of them achieved a good grade. And the grades are between 0 and 5, and according to what is stipulated in the school. And you can see, and they are like for in numbers 1, 2, 3, student 1, student 2, because we didn't have to include the names. So the result were really, we are satisfied with this result, and we are happy that the work that we did about all this part of the values and to recognize all of them in the classroom.
And not only the results were satisfied in this classroom, the behavior of the students and all the activities were reflected on the final results that they were participating in an active way and was a good methodology in order to teach them the meaning of the values.
Well, in this part of the analysis, it's important to mention also, sorry because I have to be, it's important to mention also like the work that we have as teachers, and it's to give the importance enough to our children, to our students, not just focusing on the languages, or on the language that we are teaching them, but the importance of the behavior and how each students are doing this important process of learning.
Conclusion. Our transversal project is beneficial for both students and teachers. Teachers are not fully aware of the integrated curriculum. This is something that we notice in the school. And finally, the importance of a transversal project in the growth and development of children is highlighted, which can be taught by interacting with different themes, subjects, and activities.
Finally, the recommendations. Well, as English teacher, it is important for ourselves and mostly for those teachers that have been like for many years in these kind of schools. We know that these things haven't changed a lot, but day by day we are going to be more practice students of this school. So as teachers, we must improve new ideas, activities, and plans to generate different methods where students can encourage and be passionate about this acquisition of language that can be through the session of class. And well, besides of recommendation and my personal opinion to the development of the project, it is important to know that on public schools there is a lack of mostly the communication between the students and the teacher. Most of the times they present like some difference between what they can think and believe and what they can really actually act in order to improve the children's life and have a better relationship between the classmates and the students.
And finally,